Okay, so you guys want to see me review old movies, old classics. Well, guess what? This isn't fucking one of them, but I want to talk about it. Grown Ups. Grown Up stars Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Kevin James, David Spade, Rob Schneider. So basically 4 guys that at times can be funny and Rob Schneider. This is what this movie basically is. Sometimes funny, talented people decide, let's not be funny or talented, go to a lake, hang out for a couple weeks, tell awful jokes and skits, and make a lot of money off. And make the mindless drones eat it up with a spoon and beg for a sequel that we give them that's just as lazy, if not lazier, and make even more fucking money! I hate grown-ups, okay? And ever since 2010, to quote Birdman, it's like a little thing that's been following me around, occasionally hits me in the balls with a tiny little hammer. And I'm not saying like it's constantly like, hey, remember Grown Ups? Don't you fucking hate it? But every now and again, it's just, I think of that movie, and I hate the fact that I have to think of it and remember it. If I could, I would remove it from my fucking brain forever and never have to think about this piece of shit. But from time to time, I'm confronted by it. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Back in 2010 when it came out, it was my birthday. I'm like, let's go see a movie. And at the time, I still liked Adam Sandler. You know, not everything was great, but for the most part, like Billy Madison, Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore. I liked The Longest Yard. Click. It's shit, okay, but I cry at the end of the movie anyway. But he was sort of on a downslide for sure. Don't mess with the Zohan, Chuck, and Larry, but I was like, Grown Ups could be really funny. And then ended up, it was sold out. So instead I saw Predators and enjoyed that movie a whole lot. A couple weeks later, we went and saw Grown Ups in theaters. We were the only ones in the theater, and we walked out like, thank God I didn't see that on my birthday, because that would have ruined my birthday. The movie's so terrible and so bad. There's no plot. Okay, their basketball coach dies. Let's go hang out at the lake and eventually spread his ashes and tell fart, piss, and shit jokes, a couple racist, sexist jokes, and more fart, piss, and shit jokes. And kick David Spade in the balls, and Kevin James is fat, so let's make jokes about how fat he is, and then he'll fall down a couple times, right? That's all this fucking movie is. That's all it is. If you like old Adam Sandler movies, I don't know how you could go from Happy Gilmore to this and think, it's the same quality, they're just as good. Happy Gilmore had a story, it had characters, it had funny humor, it wasn't constantly just fart, 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 piss, shit, ball, fart, fart, fall down, you're fat, Kevin James, fall the fuck down. I had to let that out. This movie, I just want to review it to talk about, to finally put it out there. I should have reviewed it back in 2010. I'm doing it now. And this movie, by following me, it's like, go visit my cousins once or twice. It's like, oh, we love Grown Ups. Want to watch that? It's like, no. And then there's like, oh, we're on a school trip. So we're on a bus for like 8-9 hours. Let's watch good movies. I don't know, Warrior, stuff like that. And then eventually someone's like, all right, we're watching Grown Ups. So I decided, like, it's not like every day, but occasionally, once a year or something, someone will bring it up or mention that they like it or something. I just hate them for it. I hate them for it. I mean, when we're all younger, we like dumb movies and stuff. But really, like, a sense of humor is a sense of humor. You think it's funny, okay. But at the same time, it's like, it's more confusing when people like good comedies and then like really terrible ones, and to them, there is no difference. Like, if your sense of humor is, I love fart jokes more than any other joke. Okay, then clearly this makes no sense to you that I think it's a piece of shit because you're just laughing your ass off. But movies like this, Tammy, stuff like that, they're such lazy comedies with no heart or soul in them. It's just put out the dumbest, most easy to produce jokes, and the masses will eat it up because they don't give a shit. They don't think about movies they watch. They're just like, he farted, that's funny to me. And Adam Sandler movies before this did have it, but they were funny somehow. They seem more clever looking back on them. I watch Happy Gilmore. I don't think it's retarded. Like, the closest to a joke like that in Happy Gilmore was, you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No. Like that thing? That's actually funny. Or, was it Billy Madison? He called the shit poop! Like, that stuff is actually funny to me, but in this one it's like, no, let's actually listen to someone take a shit over a walkie-talkie. No. David Spade gets kicked in the balls and Rob Schneider hurts his foot because an arrow went through his foot. And then Kevin James is pissing, and he's fat, so he fell down and he hit a tree. And farts, and more farts. And maybe, here's an actual good joke or two. And then put a fart in there to ruin it. Fuck this movie. All of these people in it are not trying, and they clearly don't care because they make lots of money off it anyway. They don't give a shit. Yeah, let's be lazy as we want. We're gonna make lots of money off it. If you like it because it's your sense of humor, I can't help you with that, okay? Your sense of humor is your sense of humor. Now, this isn't as bad as Jack and Jill. Maybe I'll review that eventually too, because I got a lot to say about that one. But Grown Ups for sure gets an F. I'm so happy I took 10 minutes out of my day to just rail on this movie and tear it to shreds, because I should have did it like in 2010. I'm doing it now, putting it out there. Fuck this movie. Did anyone else's soul just die a little bit when you saw Grown Ups 2 and Adam Sandler was getting pissed on by a deer and his reaction to do this and open his mouth? A little piece of my soul died. So comment below, tell me what you thought of Grown Up, and what's your favorite Adam Sandler movies? I have some. I like Longest Yard. I like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Big Daddy. I like some of his movies a whole lot. So when he makes shit like this, it disappoints me. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.